Hey, welcome back. Okay, so for the phases of the turn, where we are is we just did, we don't have to worry about first player because we're playing solitaire. We don't have to discard cards, and there's no drawing and reading an event card because we have to roll a die in our situation, and we already resolved the event. So now we're at the income phase, and as it said, we get 0. But we do start with 5 CP. So what we do then is we give ourselves 5 CP, like so. And so we're, well, what's interesting is that I was thinking that was the marker, but I think the skull is. So let's use the skull because the skull looks more appropriate. So we're going to make that 5. And anyways, so going through this, and I'm doing this for me because I'm actually quite rusty after not playing this for a few weeks. So here's where we gain our sorts. We don't get any because we start with 5, but we don't get any more. We repaired defeated fortress gates. That's fine. We don't have any defeated fortress gates, so we don't have to worry about that. For the market phase, we can purchase from the market. Now, we have a couple of things in the market. The first one is our top tile is this. Now, I'm using a green screen effect to do this camera thing. So you're going to see little oddities like this where these are actually green trees, but because they're green and the video is trying to cut out green, I actually have a green background here where my hand is. You're not going to be able to see that. Those trees are going to come out a little wonky. So anyways, this is our market. And sorry, I'm having technical difficulties here. So this is our market, and yeah, those are some nice see-through trees there. Isn't that cool? Sorry, this is all new to me, and this is my first time recording officially with this new system. And yeah, there's all these weird things you can cause it to do if you do the right thing. But anyways, that's there. We don't want to buy those. Those cost 2 CP. They don't do us any good in the beginning of the game. Now we do have to get a market, and the market is a little odd, and I'll show you. We have all these white chips, and of course we need 3 of them, right? The problem, oh no, those aren't the market. The market are these black chips. So let's get these going. So I'm gonna just throw them in a cup. And I know they're loud, sorry about that. And so I'm gonna grab 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, and here we go. 1. We have a slingshot. We have a hero, which I'm going to replace, and another hero. Now, why am I replacing the heroes? We can only have 1 hero in the game, and it's Cram. And if he dies, we lose the scenario. So I'm just going to grab 2 more, and I think this is better. So we have a Fallen Taproot and a Plaguebringer. So these are our 3 for the market. Okay. So this one is a Spire, and this one I think is, this is a unit, and this one is another Spire. So cost of 2, 2, and 2 to buy them, and then of course you can deploy them whenever you'd like. The Spires, of course, have to be deployed in an area that you control. And an area that we control right now is only here, because this is where our fortress is, even though you don't see it over here. And let me get these out of your way. So this is the only area we control right now. The fortress is supposed to be here. And in fact, I didn't like having to move it so much. I'm going to go ahead and put it back. So fortress goes like that, with 10 health and 5 CP. almost spilled a bunch of chips. Okay, so forgive me, folks. I'm still getting used to having all these cameras. All right, so with this being said, we have our market, like I was saying. We could choose to buy one of those. You know, this one here with the air defense might be handy because we have our own with air defense. And let me show you that one. We have a Lance launcher that we can eventually build. And that Lance launcher also has air defense. And you can see it's going to cost us 6 to purchase one of those, whereas this one only costs 2. Now, why do we need an air defense? Air defense is important because their hero flies. And their hero, and then I think the last wave of the game, a flyer comes out. Like one of the really powerful units that can fly. And if you're not prepared for that by the end, it can really get you. Now, the Plaguebringer is interesting, but the thing that I want to call out, though, is that it has no range. Now, granted, you can upgrade it with range, but it's basically an adjacent tower, and it basically spills poison. Now, what does poison do? Your guess is as good as mine, so let's look it up. Poison. A successful attack. You can see right here. Poison. A successful attack or retaliation that would remove health from a unit instead removes half of its existing. Ooh, that's actually not bad either. I mean, it's definitely good against units coming at you, but it would remove half, and it would never be able to kill a unit because it would only round down. So that's a little bit problematic. I do like that slingshot for 2. So, but there's a part of me that wants to buy things later that are going to get us upgrades. So, I'm going to leave this be because this market doesn't go away. It's not like it flushes out. So we're going to just leave these off to the side. And so I got the market off to the side here. And let's keep going. What's our next step? All right, so after we make a purchase from the market, we do the build phase where we take build actions. We can construct a spire, which could have been one of the ones we could have purchased, right? We can upgrade a spire. We can buy an earthscape. Or I'm sorry, we can put an earthscape down. We have to purchase it up here. And then we can advance our fortress. So I think what I wanted to do was advance our fortress. We need CP and we need it bad. So let's look at our fortress and what kind of things does it have for us. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, or otherwise we're never going to be able to see it all. Right here, we gain +3 source during each income phase. It costs 3. We can buy that now and we'll get +3 source next turn. I like that option as a first buy. So we can do that. These ones are going to let us upgrade our minions. I always like that. And then, of course, this over here is great for defense. The artillery is. The gate port, of course, is going to let us do market manipulation stuff. And the smelter is super nice because now the siege tower and lance tower can be constructed. Remember, that lance tower, we need that for anti-air. So you have to spend 6 just to be able to even build a lance tower. So that's what makes that that one slingshot tower that we can purchase pretty powerful. Now, I am, because of my kludgy system here, I can't move this any further up. So I can zoom out though, and so you can at least see that there's some source bombs here. And this one, of course, I like because the source siege engine is one of my favorite minions that we can use. And then here, the assembly, all minions deploy on their promoted side for the source shields. Work group, this makes the architect minions, Aegis deploys upgraded. This upgrades the architect. This gives us the assembly die, which lets us get free upgrades to our spires. But I believe it's limited to your upgrade. Adhering to upgrade, yeah, so if you can't upgrade your spires, this isn't going to be able to do anything. But anyways, that's a nice thing. We only have 5. I'm going to spend 3 and get drilling refinements. So that way we'll get +3 source during the next income phase. Okay? So let's do that. And of course, I now need to find my blue pegs. What did I do with them? Here they are. All right, so we're going to buy a level 1 source drill. So that's considered source drill. So this is assembly, honor pit, gate port, stronghold. Here we go. Here's the source drill. So we got a level 1. So I'm going to put a peg in there to denote that we got the level 1. And that'll give us a +3 during the next income phase. And sorry I'm going so slow, folks. I just really want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything here. Okay, we're done with our build actions. Let's go to our prep phase. We declare our mark. The mark's easy. The mark is the enemy fortress. And we don't even have another choice, to be honest. Now we select our units using, one second. I have no source. I don't have 5, I have 0. See, I already made a noob mistake. I start the game with 0. I was not able to buy that upgrade. I'm such a crazy person. CP is different than source. We have 5 CP, folks. We don't have 5 source. Okay, we start the game with 0 source. All right, so sorry if you're screaming at the screen and saying, oh, I'll just go back to your other videos. So we have 0 source, so we did not purchase anything. We have 5 CP, which means we get to purchase our units. All right, and so for 5 CP, we can do something like this. So this one costs, well, that one costs 4, never mind. What am I looking for? This one. So that costs 3 and that costs 2. And that would be a nice combo for 5. The other thing we can do is, like I was saying, we can get, well, this is an upgraded one, so make sure you put it on the right side. Then we have this guy who costs 4, and unfortunately we don't have a 1, and you lose your CP. You don't get to carry it over. So the Aegis is armored, which is nice, but I just don't, we tried him before. I'm not a big fan because he moves too slow, and the towers just pick him apart. That's all we can really afford. The other thing we can do is buy an architect, and that's it. So I think those are the 2 we're going to do. And I am going to group them, and I'm going to put the dispatch. I like to put the range guys on top. So we're going to grab 3 health. And so we're going to grab 3 health and move this over and stick him like so. Okay, so off we go now. So for the onslaught phase, we then start, and per the scenario booklet, the player goes first. So in our onslaught phase, we do movement, and then spires fire, and then we do exploration, then we attack. Okay, so again, I'm not sure I'm going to delete the tutorial or teaching videos, but the movement is written here, and I'm just going to bring it to this camera. So he's got the 2 movement, which is the green here, and we have to be careful because every spire can shoot 1, and then this is 2 extra range. So he can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So he's got range to get all the way out to here, this particular spire. So we have to be careful, and he wants to shoot the hero first. So what I'm going to do is I have to choose the order I want to move things. Now, this is another mistake I made. What I did was I would move the hero 1, 2 like this onto the road. And then I would say, okay, this guy gets to move 2. And, come on. And then what I did was I would say, oops, he can't move anymore, so his turn's over. But there's actually a rule in the game that if your hero's in the way, they get transposed. So the hero can move out 1, 2, but then he gets flipped back. And I'm okay with this. So then what we're going to do is we're going to explore this. There's no spires that can attack us, so we're going to explore this. And we have the thorax. This is a fun one. And he does toxic secretion, so we got to look that up again. I can't remember. I think that one damages us when we walk by. But he wasn't exposed until now, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, you're dealt 1 damage every time you walk by it. So he has no attack value, and so we're going to attack with the minion first because we want him to level up. So the minion has a 1 attack. You can see there in a range 2. So this guy's got 5 health. 1. So minion has 1 attack value there, so we're going to do 1 damage to him. Now the hero has 2 attack, and you can see that here with these two chips. But the hero's different. The hero rolls. Let me think about that. I think the hero rolls a die. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting so much stuff, folks. Yeah, so when your units attack, they're dealt damage equal to their attack stat. It says one of your units, not minions. So that would mean that the hero just does 2 damage. Okay, the rolling the dice is only for the spires. My apologies. Yeah, you could tell I'm really rusty, aren't I? Geez Louise, I didn't do this that long ago. Okay, so we did 1 damage with our dispatch, and what I should have done is see if this unit was available. He could have done 2 more damage, but see, now this one's going to do 2 damage, like that, and this guy stays alive. So that's what's happening. All right, so all that drama for nothing. Okay, so that's our turn. So now it's their turn. And we come over and they are going to move. And they go 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. And that's it. We don't even have any spires to attack them. So now we come back to this. And we have to do movement first. And the good news is when this guy moves, he's moving away, so he won't take any damage. And our hero will just choose not to move. So this one will move too. He has to move full range. We're not allowed to hold him back. Okay, so he's going to move and he will be in range of this tower, but the tower gets to attack first. All right, so now we're done with our movement. Now the spires get to attack. So now we look at this and you see there's 2 attack here. So this guy is going to get to roll 2 dice against him. That's what I was remembering. So we roll 2 dice. And if there's the really bad side is the 2, and I think there's only 1 of those. So when you get one of those, it's really depressing. And then there's 1 blank, and of course we want the blank, which is really good. Everything else I think is a 1. So we're going to roll 2 dice. We only have 3 health. So he did 2 damage, so we at least survived it. But here's what stinks. We only do 1 damage. And these fortifications require 2 damage. So this guy can't even damage it. The whole reason I put him on top is so he can absorb the hits while you move towards the tower. And then once you're next to the tower, the melee guy can take it out, because the melee guy only has like 2 health. So these things can take the melee guy out pretty quick. All right, so we're coming back up to here, and now our hero is going to attack, and we will do 2 damage, and we kill this, and you can see we get 5 source, not CP. And now we have 5 CP, and we're in business. So let's give ourselves 5. We're good to go now. Okay. So what we're going to do next is their turn. Now this guy has 2 range. I mean, we can try to hit it. Like I said, it doesn't do any damage to it. So it's their turn. They're going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what's interesting is, after moving 4, he would be able to hit him, but I don't think he's going to live to ever be able to do that. So our spires, we have none, and there's no attack. So nothing happens. And then what's going to happen is it's now our turn. And so we're going to do movement, and this guy's going to move 1, 2 like he always does. And then we're going to go ahead and go 1. Oh, this is interesting. We can move to here, which will then cause this spire to attack the hero instead of him. That's an interesting idea. And with this guy with 2 range, he can damage towers. Oh, no, no, no. These towers have range. So this tower can attack him, and so can that one. And in fact, we have an Elfin Kazi sitting on top of this one. This one has an Elfin Kazi sitting on top. So this guy is going to get killed by multiple towers. So I don't think I want my hero to move within range of this thing. So what I'm going to do is move up that way and just come across like that. Now, all 3 of these towers get to attack. I'm going to choose to roll with the big daddy first because this guy only has 1 health. Whoa, hold on a second. They're all 3 going to get to attack. Crap. I may want to bring my hero in, and that's going to be a problem because this guy could really mincemeat my hero. You know what, I think, okay, I'm going to do the weaker tower first. So we're going to do this one, which only rolls 1 die. And by the way, this Elfin Kazi only goes after heroes, so he's staying in the roost. And I rolled a blank. Sorry, you didn't get to see that. But, oh, I just had a great idea. I bet that works. Yes, it does. Oh, how awesome. Okay, I rolled a blank with this one, with one of them, but now I'm going to roll for the next tower against the same guy. So there you can see that did 1 damage, and that does kill my dispatch. So let me move this out of the way. That does kill the dispatch, which isn't a huge surprise. But now we got the Battleborn, which will have 3 health. So that was 1 more health than I was expecting. But we still have the big guy now to do damage. And what I should have done was use the big guy actually to attack the 1 health person. That's what I was thinking. I don't know why I'm smoking here. All right, so this big guy with the 2 dice can kill him outright. That's our worst case scenario. But let's hope that we have at least 1 health left. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, so you can see there's a 1 and a 2. He just did 3 damage, which was our worst case scenario. So that stunk big time. So our guy got killed. There's nothing we can do. And it's because all 3 towers activate. That hurt. So why did it hurt? If the guy would have stayed alive, he would have been able to attack the tower and knock one of these off. That's what I was hoping for. But it doesn't happen. So our turn ends and we move on. So now this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we can do is we can try to move in and attack him. He has quick strike, which I think works against the towers. Quick strike is the unit may attack prior to Spire's firing. So that's on his turn. So what we want to do is we want to go in and at least kill one of those Harriers. And those Harriers are going to try to... Oh, here's an interesting thing. Can the hero block them? Man, see, I'm forgetting everything. So we got to do movement. Opposing units and friendly minions may block your progress. Your minions are considered blocked when an opposing unit or friendly minion occupies a hex. If one of your heroes blocks the movement of one of your own minions, that the minion cannot make progress, the hero is displaced, which is the transpose thing. Okay, so now in the Solitaire rulebook, just want to make sure. I have a feeling that we can block because it said any enemy can block your units. So yeah, we can block them. So that's good. All right. So what I'm going to do on my turn is, see now if I move here, dang it, this tower can hit us. I just knocked over a tower. This tower has a range of 3, 1, 2, 3. So he can hit us if I move here. So I'm going to move 1 to stay out of the range of the tower. Oh gosh. So if I move here, I can kill one of these, but then the tower is going to get a shot on me. And that's what hurts. Then when he goes, he'll get an attack on me, and I will get to retaliate. Ugh. You know what? I'm just going to move here. The tower is deadly. I can't let the tower hit me. That tower just did 3 damage last time we rolled. So my turn's over. So now it's their turn. And so he's going to move up, and he quick strikes, meaning that he attacks before our towers would, if we don't have any. And he does 2 damage. So we are armored, which means we block one of them. So we take 1 damage instead. Okay, so that part's good. And let me make sure that that's really what armored is. I'm pretty sure it is. Armored. When this unit is attacked, reduce the damage dealt by 1. Okay, so he only took 1 damage. We retaliate for 2. So we killed the unit. So this unit dies. And we get 1 CP for that. So I'm going to move us up to 6. Okay. So, because he attacked during quick strike, give me a second. Yeah, okay. This is the weird rule with them. All right, so So what's happening is this stack attacked during quick strike, but they can also attack instead during the regular attack. So he did a quick strike and then ended up dying because I retaliated. Well, now we move to their regular attack, so this guy gets to attack me, so I take another damage, okay? Then I retaliate again, and I kill 2 more. So I now killed another unit of theirs all in the same turn. Now this last unit's not going to attack, of course, because something from that group already attacked. Sorry, and that was some of the stuff I wanted to clear up for this playthrough, because it does get a little wonky. And yes, we took 2 damage, and we've killed 2 units, so we actually level up twice. So as you can see here, we get to get 2 pips before, and so of those pips, we can add another health, or we can add another attack. And you know me, I like the attack. So I'm up to 4 attack now with this guy. Now, once he levels up again, he's actually going to flip over, and he goes back to 2 attack again. It's actually really brutal. But he does get extra health with that. So that's our situation. Now it's our turn, and of course we're going to attack him and finish him off, and that does level him up 1 more time. So now he's armored with survival, and he goes back down to 2, but he also heals because he leveled up. When he upgrades, he gets everything that's here, so he gets his full health again. So we were able to heal back to full with the way that worked out, because we killed all 3 of the Harriers. So this one, of course, gives us another CP, and we are up to 8 CP. I'm struggling so much with, is the skull the marker, or is this little blue thing the marker? Okay. So now the wave ends, because there's nobody left on either side except for a hero. So boy, I apologize, I'm being so slow about this, but I think I'm at, what, 32 minutes? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end the video, and then I'll see you after this, and thanks for watching. Stay awesome, and we'll get ready to do Wave 2.